Man City insist they've had no contact from any club regarding the sale of Ederson and insist they want to keep him this summer. Do you believe that? I want to have a conversation about our looking likely to be brand new goalkeeper in Donnarumma, as well as the Savinho and Rodrygo sort of saga. I think there's a lot to both of these sagas, and it seems, based on the reports coming from English media today, that Manchester City Football Club are playing their cards very, very close to their chest. They're playing quite hardball, hard-nosed. We're not really involved in any of this too much. We've not been trying to push players out of the club. We're quite happy with what we have. I don't believe this for a minute. I really and truly don't believe this for a minute. I think both sagas are very different, but let's try and break them down. Let's try and get a bit of an idea of where we stand and how close we are to signing Donnarumma and Rodrygo and selling both Ederson and Savio. Let's start with the Ederson one, right? So first of all, City simply do not want to sell Ederson this summer. Have had no formal bids. They want to keep him. They've had no contact. I don't believe this at all. I firmly believe Galatasaray have been in contact with Manchester City. I firmly believe Ederson has given the green light to Galatasaray to say, yes, I want to go to Galatasaray. We've seen some reports saying he's even agreed personal terms with Galatasaray. We've seen some reports saying he's even on his way to Turkey, or he has a plane planned, ready to go and take him to Turkey for whenever City say you can go and travel to Turkey. For me, it looks a simple case of City are putting out this information to the world's media, essentially so they don't get lowballed. If City come out and say, yes, we're open to selling Ederson, we're happy to let Ederson go, Galatasaray come in straight away and go, great, we saw you're happy to sell him, so we're going to offer you X and Y amount, which won't be the valuation Manchester City want. City are clearly holding out for a specific number to be met for the sale of Ederson, and once that is met, which I believe it will, I don't think Ederson will be here for this season, he'll go, and then we'll go and get Donnarumma in. The Donnarumma thing is moving so much faster and so much more open than the Ederson thing, naturally, because the Donnarumma thing is so chaotic, really, and left field. No one expected Luis Enrique to turn around to Donnarumma this summer and say, you're not part of my plans, mate. Arrivederci, pack your bags. Do you know what I'm saying? And now Donnarumma's taking legal action. His agent is saying this, that, the other. His agent has said Premier League is the perfect destination for Gio, or Gigi, or whatever they call him. We apparently, according to L'Equipe, a big reporting or a big media outlet in France, have reached personal term agreement with Donnarumma. As far as I'm concerned, Donnarumma is going to be a Manchester City player. I think at this point, it's just a matter of crossing the T's and dotting the I's. I think it all looks set to be done. Everything we've seen in the paper or on the internet regarding Pep, he regards Donnarumma as one of the best goalkeepers in the world. You lot can all have your own conversations about stylistically, does Donnarumma suit Manchester City right now? History would probably tell you no, this is not the kind of keeper that Pep Guardiola wants to be playing in goals for us. But we have all kind of succumbed to the idea that a stylistic change is to be expected, and quite soon from Manchester City. Pep's going to shake things up, and like I say, you can kind of make your own minds up as to whether this is a good move or a bad move. I think it's a great move. I think he's one of the best goalkeepers in the world, and I think he's going to come. I do. Now, a lot of you are concerned about whether James Trafford is happy about this deal. I, for one, do not care if James Trafford is happy about this deal. James Trafford has come to one of the biggest and most powerful clubs right now in world football to be our goalkeeper. It was never going to be a smooth ride for James Trafford. He's going to have to fight it out. If he backs himself and he performs well enough in training and the opportunity he does get, he'll be our goalkeeper. And that goes for Donnarumma too. I don't think Pep has any preferences over who costed more or who's a bigger name. As we've seen over the years, Pep was more than happy to drop for long periods our £100 million man Jack Grealish. Just because you spent money on him and he costs high wages doesn't mean he has to play. The best player will play for Pep Guardiola. So, in summary, I think the Donnarumma thing is going to happen, and I think it's going to happen quite quickly. City are just holding out for Galatasaray to come in and hit that number. But like I say, they have to be hard-nosed about it. They can't tell the world, yeah, we're open to selling and letting go of Ederson, because then anybody who wants to buy him can pay a slightly lower fee, or no, City are open to letting him go. I think we've known all summer Ederson has probably wanted or had an urge to leave and go and do something new, and that's perfectly fine. He's the greatest goalkeeper we've ever had. Go and do your thing. So look, Donnarumma, I think here we go soon. Personally, how soon I don't know, but I think it's coming over the next week. So look, let's talk about Savinho now and Rodrygo. The latest about Savinho is that he is unsure of his future at the club. Now, you can read into this. This is from Jack Gaunt, so it's super reliable. He's uncertain over his future role at the club. You can read into this whatever way you like. To me, it seems Savio does not back himself. He does not back himself. He's had Tottenham in his ear, or in his agent's ear, saying, come to Tottenham, you'll be a more crucial member of our squad. You'll get a lot more game time. We will rely on you a lot more. You'll be one of our star players. And Savinho's gone, I don't know if I fancy Manchester City right now with all the players that we have, and basically he doesn't have the fight in him. Just putting it plain and simple, Savinho doesn't have the fight in him to stay at Manchester City. I don't think it's a case of City have gone to Savinho at any point in the last 2-3 months and said, we kind of want you to go, mate. I think Savinho has had his head turned, and he has made it clear, and his agent is now making it clear that he's uncertain of his future role at the club. He's basically laying the foundation to say, or has, without saying it, I want to go. This isn't where I want to be. Why would you be uncertain of your role at the club? You were our 8th most played player in all competitions last season. You got a ridiculous amount of game time in comparison to what you probably thought you would have got when you first arrived. There's nothing to be uncertain about. Pep clearly views you as an important role or an important person in our squad, but we can't go and just guarantee you start every single week either. So for me, it's a case of he wants the easy option. He wants to go to a club which has less expectation, let's be real, with actually not even with all due respect to Tottenham. I don't care about Tottenham. They have less expectation, there's less pressure to perform, and there's less competition in the squad for Savinho. Easier route, he'll probably get a higher salary, he'll get to live in London, he'll be a more important player for them. That's what he wants, go and do your thing. I think he's a very talented player. I think he's got a fairly high ceiling. Do I think he'll be the next Cole Palmer? I'm going to put myself on record again this time regarding a player leaving. He's not going to be the next Cole Palmer. He's more likely to have a Gabriel Jesus type exit from Man City than a Cole Palmer type exit from Man City. That's my genuine opinion. But like I say, I didn't want him to go. It was never a case of I want Savinho to go, because I think he can grow and develop into a very nice player at City. And then the Rodrygo thing, this one excites me the most. The Rodrygo thing excites me the most. I think it's a market opportunity. I think City have known for a while that Rodrygo is a bit unsettled at Real Madrid. He doesn't seem to be particularly happy there regarding his positioning, his game time, who he's competing with. Maybe similar to what Savio has at Man City, but Real Madrid, it's almost understandable because they're Real Madrid. And City probably weren't going to pull the trigger on Rodrygo until Savinho came and said, my head's kind of getting turned here by Tottenham. Now, City have a valuation on Savinho of something like £65 million. Play hard ball. Play hard ball. I don't think you should have to lower your fee for Savio just because Tottenham want the player. I don't think we're desperate to sell Savio. But if they do meet it, Rodrygo's the perfect one, isn't he? I've already done a video on Rodrygo. It's the perfect replacement, and it's an upgrade as far as I'm concerned. So, do I think the Rodrygo thing happens? I do. I think based on what Jack Gaunt is saying, that Savinho's uncertain over his future role at the club, I think Savinho's checked out. I think he's checked out, and he's just laying the foundations and basically trying to explain himself as to why he wants to leave and go to a less pressurised environment in Tottenham. So I think Savinho does go. I think City and Tottenham come to an agreement of some sort. Tottenham are set to further test Man City's resolve over Savinho. This is according to Jack Gaunt an hour ago. Tottenham have been given the green lights from Savinho. They probably have personal terms agreed or loosely agreed, and now it's just a matter of Spurs coming in and cracking Hugo Viana for a deal. Viana, who has proven to be a pretty good negotiator, when I saw the figures that Everton are going to pay for Jack Grealish's salary, something like 75%. Rodrygo, he didn't travel with Real Madrid last night after the game, scored a goal, posted a picture of the goal in black and white. Does this mean anything? Probably not. Either way, I do think both of these deals happen, and I think they elevate us from being probably second favourites to win the league, in my opinion, to being the favourites to win the league. Look, it's all interesting stuff. Please leave your thoughts down below in the comments, hit the like button, subscribe, and hopefully when I see you next, it'll be for some sort of a here we go. I wonder who'll be first.